Discover how high-end spec home builders can work less, make more, and build smarter using custom AI. And yes, that means after an institutional grade underwrite, you can also bring your project to life for your realtor or your listings with renderings, even video. The custom AI is going to go from land feasibility infrastructure all the way to vertical and model out all the costs, what you would normally have to pay a civil engineer and consultants or spend hours trying to figure out is now down to minutes, including debt or equity syndication after the full underwrite. Here's an example of what that looks like on a Wake Forest property on an approved lot. So go or no go is now happening in a minute. The purpose of this first part is how much will you make, right? This is what the profit dashboard looks like. This is not pie in the sky. This is all comp-based answers. We're going to have a worst case, a middle of the road, and a high end, but also how do we sell it for the most without over-improving it? Right away, worst case, this requires everything to go wrong, what you're still making. We also have our base case, which is kind of on target, and our best case, what that looks like, which means standard build, normal market, no upgrades, best case, right? Real upgrade package that people will pay for what you're making. And a sensitivity analysis across each one with all your margins and your return signals and the likelihood of it happening, including if the market falls 20% from current comps to hit break even, current market, all your absorptions, 19-day average days on the market, everything you should know about marketing. So we have institutional grade underwriting, we have full-blown construction knowledge and interior design mind built into this. So what actually moves the needle upgrade wise, right? Is it worth doing and not over improving? So you have the do-its and the skips, right? What each one is and the average cost associated and your pickup, right? More money in your pocket from doing it. These 10 upgrades get you the most money back in your pocket, what they are and why it's worth doing it. Can you make a visual showcase? Absolutely. Can you hand this off to the realtor before it's even built? Of course. Beautiful. You have a nice and neat executive summary of everything included. Lot and approved infrastructure status, everything that goes along with that, and the approved entitlement and permit status, what that looks like. All your horizontal infrastructure scope and cost laid out nice and neat with confidence levels and budget ranges. All your horizontal risk flags, everything associated there. Break down vertical construction scope and cost, which can all be modified on the fly immediately. So if you know your cost, just fill it in or modify it as you see fit. All the things to be aware of, right? All your costs associated. Total hard cost summary all in. Construction financing right into that, equity required and loan structure. So if you're using hard money, debt, or equity, you can model all that out easily modified. This is huge. Subcontractor scope audit. Upload their scopes, make sure they're not overcharging you or their scope gaps that can come back and bite you. Standard clauses to make sure you have with your subs to make sure you're protected. Make sure things don't come back and cost you money. Model out your draws and your timelines. And this is a huge one, a green technology package. What's the cost to add green tech and the expectations of buyers? A spec home without them in this area is competing on price. A spec home with green tech is competing on value. Incremental cost, it'll tell you what it's worth doing and your pickup and your ROI. And we break down that green tech package line by line, what it's doing and what you're getting out of it and the buyer's value and the notes. Very valuable because you can see what's worth doing or not and your pickup, but also what can they possibly get for rebates on mortgages, things like that. And what the home qualifies for, Energy Star certified home version. And what that means for your days on the market, what it means for how you market this home more effectively, right? Full-blown interior design knowledge as well built into this, how to beat your competitors. Instagram ready and marketing advantage you have because the AI can also turn that into real life immediately. Pre-closing protection checklist, marketing checklist, and this is amazing. Market supply, demand, and absorption analysis. Everything you need to know to get inside the buyer's mind to list and sell for more, what they're expecting. And all comp-based stats to back everything up. All your monthly sales rates, the price ranges, the active listings, the solds, the month of supply, the market conditions, everything. Absorption rate stress test. What if the market softens? How does that impact your bottom line and money in your pocket? And the competitive landscape. Who and what you're competing against, right? And how to sell your house for the most to make it stand out. We have a buyer expectation profile. Who's buying this home? What their age demographics look like, their jobs, everything you need to know about them, how to appeal to them. And what this buyer expects, the non-negotiables, what they are, why it matters, the cost to provide it, and the cost of missing it. and what your buyer will pay a premium for and why and what it is, and the cost, right, to do it. And of course, we have a financial summary, base case versus our REI package case, right? Everything broken down nice and neat. And again, a sensitivity analysis on that and your profit margin for each, and a rate and timeline stress test against each sensitivity, so what you're looking at. And it gives you a nice 90-day launch sequence as well, everything to do. So if a massive time reduction in your business and smarter decisions could be impactful, reach out to me right now. We can show you how to implement this into your business today. Talk to you soon.